Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my March book haul. 39 books. Now, I was expecting it to be big because it was my birthday month. I did 2 trips to Wokingham. I also have my own charity shop. Yeah, I knew it was going to be big. Did not think it was going to be this big. Bear in mind, I'm filming on the 28th of March, which is pretty late for me. I'm doing quite good. I may have bought one book yesterday that's going on to April's and been gifted one by Tandem that's going on to April. And I may be going to London on Thursday, which will be before this goes live. And I don't know how many books I'll get in there. So, yeah, I've got to be good in April. I really will be good in April. I will. I've read quite a lot and I have unhauled like nearly 10 again, so I'm not going to get too stressed. I've been gifted 15 books and I bought 24. So if I hadn't been gifted the 15, 24 is not too many, is it? Not really, considering I did 2 Wokingham trips. But I thought I would show you what books I've been gifted, and also I want to show you a lovely bookmark that Jem from Gemma Books got me for my birthday, because it was just so sweet. I just want to show you. But I better get started and show you all the books because I've got so many books and I don't want this video to be ridiculously long. I won't be going into much detail about the books, but if you want to know more, please let me know in the comments down below and let's show you. So the first one is a book that Thomas bought me. This is The Meaning of Tingo and Other Extraordinary Words from Around the World. Thomas saw this in my local charity shop. It's my son Thomas. And he wanted to buy it for me. It does look like quite a fun one, actually. It's got some quite really weird words. But he bought me that. That was the first one. I've got a book that was for a Love Book Tours, which is a book in time, which I'm reading in April. You would have heard more about this. It's historical fiction. You would have heard more about this on my April TBR. So that's going that pile. That's my upstairs. I'm trying to separate. Then I've got 2 books from Jack from Spread Book Joy. First one is The House with the Golden Door, which is the second in this series, the Wolf Den series. The next book is The Temple of Fortuna, which I need to put on my Amazon wish list. I am desperate for this. I think this one will get read very, very, very soon. It's literally the second in the series, but it's about Amara who's escaped her life as a slave in the brothel. But she now has everything and she's adjusting to her life and can't believe how excited I am about that. And then Jack booked me a book that will be read for Jane Austen in July, and this is Death Comes to Pemberton, so this will naturally be going on July's TBR, and this is set in 1803. Darcy and Elizabeth have been married for 6 years. The ordinary world of Pemberton seems unassailable. There is a threat when Lydia Wickham stumbles out screaming that her husband has been murdered. Woo! That's exciting. Then my mum got me the first in a new series of books by Alison Weir, which is The Last White Rose. You would have heard me talk about this in my gratitude journal because this is one I was so excited about. And this is basically Henry VIII's mother's story. And I just can't wait. That's another one I can't wait for. Then my daughter Mia got me my first Catherine Cookson, which is historical fiction, and it's an unsuitable match. Can marriage be founded on false promises and survive? I've not read any Catherine Cookson, but Mia went into the charity shop and chose this. And it's set in County Durham in the 1880s. I don't want any more than that. Really hoping I like that. Then Ange from Angie's Book Chatter got me The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is one by TJ Clune. I've heard so many great things about this. And my sister and a lot of people have read this. I think Charlie's read it, and me and Ange will be buddy reading it at some point. You've all heard about this, and I wanted to buy it in my charity shop, but I didn't. And apparently I've got to read Under the Whispering Door, so that's another book in the series. He expected nothing, but they gave him everything. I don't want to know too much. It's magical. It's YA. It's exciting. Literally can't wait. I think that's going to go that way there. Then 2 books from Alice's Giant Bookshelf. She got me a gorgeous copy of The Borrowers. I love The Borrowers. It's a total classic that reminds me of my childhood. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous copy. It's the 70th anniversary edition. And if you don't know The Borrowers, look into it. It's an amazing children's classic. It's just like, short, it's sweet, it's beautiful. Oh my god, this copy is stunning. Thank you so much, Alice. And she also got me Julia and the Shark, which is the one I've wanted as well for ages. It's Kieran Millward Hargreaves' middle grade book. My name is Julia, and this is the story of the summer I spent on an island living in a lighthouse. The summer I almost lost my mum and found a shark older than trees. Don't worry, that doesn't spoil the ending. And it's just got pictures, and it's, oh my god, it looks so gorgeous. I kind of get the idea. I'm looking forward to that. Now, when I went to Wokingham on my second Wokingham trip, my sister Charlie from Charlie Brooke Reads got me a book. She got me My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. Everyone knows about this. It will kill me completely. Vanessa was 15. This was all over BookTube a couple of years ago. Vanessa Y was 15 years old when she first had sex with her English teacher. Now the teacher, Jacob Strain, has been accused of sexual abuse by another student. And the journalist has asked Vanessa to contribute to the story about him, but no one seems to understand what Vanessa and Strain had wasn't abuse, it was love. Very dark, very, yeah, it's going to be hard hitting, but it's one that I think I do need to read. Then my friend Ina from Vaz Books saw this in the charity shop. She loves thrillers. How to Kill My Family by Bella Mackie, which is quite a new-ish release out, but it was in our charity shop. They say you can't choose your family, but you can kill them. Meet Grace Bernard, daughter, sister, serial killer. Grace has lost everything, and she'll stop at nothing to get revenge. Ooh. I do want to read that. Then I got 2 books from Danny's Book World. I got Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This is apparently a really pretty contemporary. It's an American one, I believe. Bearded bad boy Barbara Knox prefers to live his life the way he takes his coffee, alone. Unless you count his basset hound. And then you've got Naomi, who wasn't just running away from a wedding, she was running to the rescue of an estranged twin. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. This does look really good. Very good contemporary. Really excited. Then she got me the Tom Felton book. Now, I know there's been quite a few autobiographies out recently, and this one has actually had rave reviews over BookTube. This is Tom Felton's story. I love Tom Felton. I think he's an amazing actor, considering what his character is like in that series. The author's actually amazing, and it's just, oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous book. It's Tom Felton's story. I cannot wait to read it. It's not a long one. I'm unbelievably excited, actually. And then from Charles Heathcote got me a book that will be read in May. And this is The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell. Again, this is for the Women's Prize. This has had rave reviews everywhere. This copy is, oh my god. By the way, I just love my hardback copies. It's got, I'm going to have to be very careful with this, but look, it's got snakes there. It's got, look at that cover. Look at the naked. I love Maggie O'Farrell. I loved Hamnet. Oh, I've had a bit of a hit and miss with her. I loved Hamnet, and I liked the book I just read. But some of her other books haven't been amazing. But this one looks stunning. Charlie from Charles Heathcote got me it. It is, someone swore to as a little girl, he once saw you touch a tiger and that tiger didn't harm you or let it stroke you. It was always said that you had the charm the beast. And Lorenza is a 16-year-old and has led a sheltered life locked inside Florence's grandest plaza, guarded by her father's soldiers and her mother's ladies in waiting. It's set in the winter of 1561. I don't know too much. Well excited. Then a book I got recently, literally last week, and this is from Gemma Books. She got me Cat Lady by Dorlo Porter. Now Charlie from Charles Heathcote read this not very long ago. Read this at the start of the year, I think, and said it was a perfect Emily book. You know, I'm a cat lady. You know, we've all known the cat lady, and we probably all judge her too. But behind that label, what if there's a story worth 9 lives? And this is about, the lead character is called Mia. My daughter's name is Mia. And it's about beneath the surface. And I love Dorlo Porter's books. And again, look at that. End pages. Oh, look at that. Look at that naked hardback. It's just stunning. You cannot believe how much I love this book. So that is another one. And then she also got me, oh my goodness, I've really got to look after these books. They need to go on the shelves. She got this gorgeous bookmark which says, sometimes you forget you're awesome. This is just a reminder. I'm going to go and put that upstairs. Right, so that's those. That's all the books I've been gifted. I cannot thank everyone enough for that. I never expect anything. I am so blessed. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for these amazing gifts. Now to the books that I bought. I don't know. Normally I'd tell you the number of genres, whatever else, but I think that would probably kill me. At the moment on the gifts, I've got a real mixture. I'm not going to tell you that. And then me and Chris went to Wokingham. Some of these books have been bought all over. I'll try and remember where I bought this from. This was in Oxfam and it was £2.99 Oxfam. It's the Wyford Code by Janice Hallett. She was the one who wrote a gorgeous book that I know I've got on my shelves. And this is the second in the series. And where is it? The next one in the series is The Mysterious Case of the Atherton Angels. Oh, The Appeal. I haven't read that yet. It's on my doodah list. This is the second in the series. And this is 40 years ago. Stephen Smith found a copy of a famous children's book by disgraced author Edith Twyford. Its margins full of strange markings and annotations. Wanted to know more, he took his English teacher, Miss Ills, not realising the chain of events that was set in motion. Chris did buy me this, but it's not kind of a gift because it was a kind of joint money, but that was really good. I'm buddy reading that with Jem from Read a Book Gem. My books, I think I'm going to have to put those ones like that because otherwise they are going to fall. This is the joy of this. Then in Baz's books where I work, I bought The Place We Met by Isabel Broom. I've read so many of her books. I've read Then, Now, Always and A Year and a Day. These books are normally this one's set in Italy. It's about New Year's Eve and it's about a perfect place to fall in love or the perfect place for everything to fall apart. This looks a total and utter contemporary. Just what I need. Then, same death. I did buy this a bit naughtily. I've got this as well, and this is an Elizabeth McNeil book, The Circus of Wonders. This I'm not reading for my disability readathon, Spoonies readathon in May, but I am going to get it because it kind of connects to that. If I get time I may, but I think I'd rather save this. It's set in England in 1866, where Jasper's Juniper's Circus of Wonders arrives in a coastal village. Nell soon catches a showman's eye, shunned by the community because of her birthmarks speckling her skin. To Jasper, she is a prize, but could she be his own leopard girls? And this is promoting the fact that disabilities don't necessarily need to be a bad thing. This is ladies showing off her, what could be classed as disability, her birthmarks and her thing that makes her different. She's showing it off and she's proud of it. That's what I like about that. Then I got a contemporary in Wokingham, The Man I Never Met. It's a total cheese fest contemporary, but it does look really good fun. And this is when two lives are about to be changed by one phone call. When Davy misdials Hannah's number, at first they think nothing of it. After all, Davy lives in Texas and Hannah lives in London. But then when Davy gets a job in London, their paths are sure to cross. This looks really good. Really good contemporary. Just what I need when I need a light thing. Another one I got in Wokingham, The Spanish Love Deception by Eleanor Armas. It's not pink, Alice, it's orange. Okay? Me and Alice had a discussion about that. A wedding in Spain, the most infuriating men, 3 days to convince your family that you are actually in love. Don't want any more than that. Love deception. Total cheese fest. Totally good fun. Perfect contemporary that I need. Into a historical fiction book that you would have seen in my Books of Bargains book. I got this from the charity shop in Woking for £1. It's still it's a newish release and it's actually in Waterstones for full price. This is to do with the Titanic. And this is set in Nice in 1911. The young seamstress Marcella Navratil decides to divorce her cruel husband Michael. But while awaiting the judge's decision on the custody of their small boys, Michael receives life-changing news. Meanwhile, in New York socialite Margaret Hayes is touring Europe. Restless, she resolves to head home aboard the most celebrated steamer in the world, the Titanic. As the ship sets sail, the paths of Marcella, Michael and Margaret cross, and nothing will ever be the same again. It's really good fun. And another book, this one's got to be read very soon, so I got it from Baz Books, but apparently there's a waiting list for it, so this will need to get read May or June. I think it's going to have to be read. I might read it in April, I'm not sure. It's not on my my April wishes. This might go on my May TBR. And this is about a wartime library. You know me, libraries, wartime. Clara Button is no ordinary librarian. It's set in London in 1944. And she's created a little bookshop. And I don't need to know any more than that. I love Kate Thompson's wartime books. I love libraries. I love wartime books. This looks perfect. Then this was a find in a million. Finding this I will say Oxfam and Woking was great for finding classics that you don't find anywhere else. It's Daphne du Maurier, The Flight of the Falcon. I don't know anything about it. It's Daphne du Maurier. I love her books. This is Arminio Fabio leads a peasant, if not humdrum life, until he becomes circumstantially involved in the murder of an old peasant woman in Rome. This looks really good. Cannot wait to read that. Then again, another book you would have seen in my bargain hunting video. This is The Queen's Lady by Joanna Hickson. I've read the first in the series and loved it. This is the second in the series. And it's Ravenhead Jill Guilford has learnt to walk the fine line between the rules of court life and finding her own happiness. Lady in waiting can be perilous occupation. That's brilliant. Then I got a middle grade in Woking. Again, this is a middle grade that apparently Jem from Gemma Books has loved, and she read it with her son. And this is Echo Mountain by Lauren Wolfe. I believe this might have disability rep in it. When Ellie sets out to find a cure for her father, she discovers Kate, an outcast witch, and Larkin, a wild mountain boy. And then she learns about being a healer, about being brave, and there can be more to a person than meets the eye. That looks so good. Then another book I found in Woking as a charity shop, Verity by Colleen Hoover. This is her first thriller. It's had rave reviews. I know Ange loved it, and I know quite a lot of other booktubers loved it. I can't wait to get to it. It is a thriller, and it's a thriller that will keep you up all night in a twist that will leave you reeling. Don't want to know anymore. I don't like knowing too much about thrillers. And then a YA book that is about suffragettes, and it's set in 1914, and it's The Things a Bright Girl Can Do by Sally Nichols. Evelyn is rich and clever, but she isn't allowed to go to university. Life is set out for her, but Evelyn wants freedom and choice, even if it means paying the highest price alongside fellow suffragettes. Love the suffragettes and stuff like that. Really good for me. Then I've got 3 Kathy Glass books, because I bought them all at different events. One at Baz Books, 1 and 2 in Woking at different times. So I know Kathy Glass books will break me. The first one is Run Mummy Run, and it's about Aisha who spots a personal ad. And so Mark is sorry for the first time he hits Aisha. His tears make him more determined to be a better wife. However hard Aisha tries, Mark tempers. And then I believe they get a foster. Then they have a child, and I don't know how far would you go to protect the ones you love. I don't know very much about this, but I do know it's again going to be very hard hitting. Unwanted, and this is The Care System Failed Lara. Will she fail her own child? I'm not sure if this is the newest one out. I'm not sure. But Lara was 7 when her birth mother died from a drug overdose. With no extended family to look after her, she was put in the foster care system. The system failed, and now Lara is failing her son. And it does look very good, but very hard hitting. And then Hidden, which is about a child. Kathy, can I tell you about my scar now? Yes. I got it at work. And he said, work? You mean when you were helping mum? No, when I went out to work. And this is about Teo, who lives an underground life avoiding the authorities. That looks really good. Then I got a Christmas book in preparation for Christmas this year. This one was out before Christmas last year. I got it in my charity shop near Baz Books, I think. This is Snowed In for Christmas, and it's about family gatherings. It's contemporary. It's Sarah Morgan. It's Christmas Fest. About family gatherings and stuff. Don't want any more than that. You know I love her books. Then I did kind of pay a bit above and beyond because I went to W.H. Smith's, but I found this half price. This is the Sarah Turner's book, Stepping Up, and Beth only had to take care of herself. Her other book by this author was really brilliant. Beth has never stuck at anything, jobs, relationships. So far, the only commitment she's ever held down is Friday drinks at the pub. Then one morning, her world changes. Now guardian to her teenage niece and a toddler nephew after an unspeakable tragedy, Beth is catapulted into the unfamiliar world of bedtime stories, parents' evening, and cuddly elephants. This one I really want to read. This one's going to probably be prioritised, but it does look like one that's going to break me. Then I've got another contemporary by Claire Frost, and it's called The One. I've been debating getting this for ages. It's had mixed reviews. I believe I've read one other Kate Frost book. This one won't get read because it does look too long. Lottie Brown has finally found the one. Leo is everything she's ever wanted. Handsome, kind and funny, and he totally gets her. Then 3 months into a relationship, Lottie is in love and happier than ever before. But then Leo tragically dies and Lottie is left foundering. Okay, this will break me. Great. But I'm looking forward to it still. Then Charlie made me get this because she wants to read it. And this is His Only Wife by Peace Adeo Mende. So apparently a Waste Wetherspoon book club pick. Got no idea. Apparently one of the most talked about and hilarious debuts of the year. Alfie Temtekovic is a brilliant, bright young seamstress for a small town in Ghana and is convinced by her family to marry a man she's never met. Does look colourful. Charlie reckons I'm going to love that. Then I got historical fiction, We Are Birds of Uganda. I remember this being all over BookTube last year, I think, but this is by Hafsa Zayman. And this is set in the 1960s in Uganda, and Hassan is struggling to keep a family business following the sudden death of his wife. Just as he begins to see a way forward, a new regime seizes power, and a wave of rising prejudice threatens to sweep everything away. So that's really good. And then Charlie made me buy this one. Apparently it's chunky, but I swear someone said they want to read this with me, but I can't remember who. This is The Crimson Petal and the White. Charlie made me buy this in Waterstones. It's set in 1870 in London society. Sugar is an alluring 19-year-old prostitute in the brothel of peculiar Miss Castaway and yearns for a better life. When she's visited by William Rackham, the somewhat reluctant heir to Rackham Perfumeries, she begins to ascend through the stratas of 1870s London. It's flipping, it feels massive. I don't know how big it is. Aha! I'm going to kill my sister. 835 pages. Charlie, you're dead. Love you, really. Then I know I love Eve Tracy's books. This is The Vanishing Act. Vanishing of Laura Wilde. I love The Glass House. And this is when four sisters arrive at Applecott Manor to spend the summer. Clearly, all is clearly not well. They find their aunt and uncle still reeling from the disappearances of their only daughter 5 years before. Why did Alice vanish? Who is keeping her fate secret? And the three sisters are lured into the mystery of the missing cousin. A stifling summer takes a deadly turn. Actually, I need to double check what genre that is. Then a book that was all over BookTube a couple of years ago, and this is Natalie Haynes' 1,000 Ships. I'm going to be reading in April her latest book because it's up for a Women's Prize. This is a book set in, and I think it's a Greek retelling again. Haynes is the master of her trade. She succeeds in breeding life. Oh. This is never the story of one woman or two. This was the story of all of them. In the middle of the night, Crucia wakes up to find her beloved city engulfed in flames. 10 seemingly endless years of conflict between the Greeks and the Trojans are over. Troy has fallen. This is about the Trojan War and about Achilles, and looks really good. I'm getting really into that. And finally, the last book on this video, and it's not as long as I thought it was, thank God. This is The Woman in the White Kimono. I bought this from the charity shop near me for 20p. Apparently, Nikki from Red Dot Reads has read it and loved it. It's set in Japan in 1957. 17-year-old Nakao Nakamura's pre-arranged marriage secures her family status in the traditional Japanese community. Does look good. Looking excited for that. The fact that Nikki loved it makes me look forward to it even more. Now, what do you think out of all of these, like nearly 40 books I've got, that I should prioritise? Are there any you want to buddy read with me? You know, down below. Let me know if there's, and let me know what your books some of the books you bought in March, or if there's any books you've been gifted that you're really excited about. Let me know in the comments down below. I love chatting to you, all of you in the comments. I love you all to pieces. Thank you all for making March an amazing birthday month. You were all so lovely with your messages and everything else. And let's hope April is an amazing month too. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subject, subscribe. Yet, ring on my ding-a-ling. I want to get my blooming numbers. I seem to be stagnating at the moment. But I shouldn't focus. I should focus on the fact that all of you that watch me are amazing. And I love you all. Hope you all have a great month. April. Bye-bye.